Now we're gonna do. Matt's gonna do a roundtable Q&A with all of the platinum members. Matt's gonna play the part of Barbara Walters and interview everyone and hopefully make them cry. So I think we have 10 chairs up here. So Matt, you ready to go? Okay. Matt Lloyd.
All right, so guys, what I wanted to do, I had a lot of people come and ask me last night. They heard the offer that we had yesterday with the titanium and platinum, and a lot of you were thinking about doing it, but you had some questions. Would that be fair to say? Were there some of you who you were thinking about applying, but there's still some unanswered questions in your mind? And what I thought we would do to help you is that we would bring up some current platinum members up here on stage and give you guys a chance to ask them some questions. Does that sound good? I want to bring them up. So, guys, I'm going to call these people up, and I want you to give them a round of applause as I call them up and congratulate these people. First of all, from New York City, Junjun Lee. Now that you guys come up here if you just want to take a seat. We have Terry Lamb. Yeah, just still. Mike Morin. Andrea Goodsaid. Eileen Chen. Deborah Smith. Oh, you sit there. Who else do we have? We got Eric. Where's Eric Scott? Is Eric here? All the way from the UK, we had Patrick Hadley. I'll sit there if you want to. You know, everyone? I'll sit there. I'm sitting there. Yeah. We have John Chow. Yeah, Deborah, you come up. All right, so who have we got? All right, so guys, what I wanted to do is I just wanted to pass the mic, and I want you guys to tell us, well, first of all, you're all platinum, right? I want you to tell us why you went platinum, how you found it so far, and what you would, any advice you would give to the audience. And then, of course, we want to take some questions at the end. Okay, so let's start off with you, Junjun Lee. You guys got the mic on? All right, 1 second.
Hear me now? Okay, good. All right, so good morning, guys. All right, so for me, I think, you know, because I went all in, right, since the first event.
Mm-hmm. And just tell everyone also when you got fully positioned too. When was this?
So that was my very first internet marketing event last year in San Diego. And I went for all in since the beginning. Why? Because I think it's about positioning, all right? We do same amount of work, all right? But, you know, we keep our customer for life in MOBE, right? And then you do same amount of work, but your return is much more higher if you position yourself as highest level. For example, right? 2 days ago, I got titanium sales, right? If I didn't win all in since the beginning, I'm just a licensee. I won't got that, $3,000 commission without doing nothing, Because that day we were hanging out, with Terry, and messaged me on Facebook, hey, Junjun, you got a titanium sales. And because of phone team, they make the sales for you, All you need to do is just drive the leads into the funnel. And if you position yourself as a platinum, you won't miss any sales like that. If I'm just a regular licensee, I won't miss that $3,000 without, I do the same thing, right? So you guys want to miss that $3,000? No, right? So, yep, that's, so it's about positioning. And another thing is, it's about whether you really believe in the system, you really want to make it happen, So, for me, I'm looking at it, if you're not really, this may be a little biased, but if you're not really serious about you believe MOBE can change your life, because MOBE changed my life, you know, and I treat it really seriously. So I want to go all in for it, because I believe without, you know, praying full out, you know, you're not really treated like serious. Because this thing, if you got this thing right, you know, you make MOBE work, your life will be changed. And I'm free for the rest of my life. So I don't mind, you know, I think that, you know, $26,000, if it can change my life and I'd be a free person, you know. So it's not really about that money, but it's making that decision and change your life. So that's why for me, it's just go all in, you know. That's how we work.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And yeah, definitely. So you had a titanium commission a few days ago. I'm sure there's people in the audience wondering, well, what did you do to get that commission? What did you do?
That's pretty funny, actually. I just checked this morning, and you know what? That guy messaged me on Facebook, December 29, 2012. All right, see? So he's been on my list for how long? Since December, so it's 7 months. And I just messaged him this morning, say, hey, congratulations, you made a, you know, great decision to be a titanium member, right? You step up, and actually, he just be licensee couple days ago because of MTTB, and then the phone team, you know, follow up with him, right? But he's on my list since what, last year? So in last couple months, he received my emails. Actually, he showed me the interest in a Facebook message. I just checked. That's December 29. He said he received my emails and he feel interest in the business, but he mentioned, please give me more time. Well, I gave him time, right? 7 months. So, you know, I mean, the thing here is, you know, I don't want you guys to look at MOBE as, wow, it's a titanium, platinum, you know, it's a busy model. It's a real life, you know, it's making relationship with your people in your Facebook, right? And you just be nice and be frank with them, you know, and chat with them, you know, and then ask them what you're looking for. You know, you don't want, hey, this is a business model, you invest $26,000 or $2,000, you can make money. No, you know, it's like be friend with them, show them who you really are. That's what I did, right? I messaged him in Facebook. And in last couple months, he received my email regularly. So we build that, you know like, and trust. And now MTTB, you know, the new system coming out, they want to try, and their timing become right? So now we go back to them, you know, say, hey, this is a new system. MTTB is really working really good. You know, if you don't mind, can give it a shot, try. And then they go to the steps, they like it, and then now the timing's right, they become titanium. Mm-hmm. That's how you made the sales. All right.
Yeah. One more thing I want to point out. So that lead joined his list. They didn't buy. Actually, they were on your list in December, right?
Yeah.
So you kept on emailing your list.
Yes.
Every day. And you started promoting My Top Tier Business. Now, sometimes people are going to take 6 months before they have that trust to complete that first purchase. Yep. So you brought him into My Top Tier Business.
Yes.
Phone team follows up. He becomes a licensee at step 6. Step 9, we offer titanium, and then he buys.
Yes.
I mean, that's the process working.
Yeah.
And who knows, he might even go platinum.
Yeah. See, so I think that lead come from one solo ads. So a lot of guys ask me, so Jinjin, I got like 300 clicks now last week, and now it's no sales.
Right.
If I look at it this way, I'm like, man, solo ad were working. But now I got $3,000 in the back end just because I position myself as a titanium and platinum member. So, you know, I can make that $3,000. So how much the ROI of less, maybe $200 solo ads, right? But one, you know, titanium sales, $3,000. So that probably $200 solo ad made me what, $3,000 plus the licensing sales. So that's how you guys look at, you know, this, how you know, doing this, you know, business. Just building a relationship with your list, you know, and provide them value, so they like to look at your email. You know, I don't push every day since for last couple months, or else they won't open my emails. But because they know me, they know I'm working, and now they see my success in MOBE, so that's why they want to step up. You know, actually, I got from Malaysia.
Right.
I just checked. You know,
Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Malaysia.
excellent.
All right.
All right. Excellent. Junjun. So Terry, your case was a little bit different. You came on board as a licensee, and you brought in a lot of license sales in the beginning. And then you and I went through the comp plan, and you decided to get fully positioned. What was it about? You know, why did you decide to get fully positioned? What was your reason?
Well, you know, I hate to make it sound so simple. It was because you called me.
Right. Yeah, I did.
You know, it was really important to me that I know this guy, because I seen his presentation and I bought the license rights. And I had no idea about titanium and platinum. What the heck is that? License rights was brilliant to me. I had no idea of titanium and platinum. And that night that I bought license rights, developed this business plan on my whiteboard. And I was all in on this business plan, having no idea of what titanium and platinum was. So when they started to talk to me about it, I rejected it. I don't know what it is. I'm doing this. You know, I was blind to the concept. Of course, I did really, really well, and I thought, I don't need to do that stuff. I don't even know what it was. I was killing it with license rights. I think I sold 39 license rights in 2 days to my list. And I had this tiny little list. Everybody says, Terry, you must have had a big list. I think it was about 2,000 people that I had cultivated from YouTube. That was it. So anybody can do that. You know, I have to kind of step back a little bit. It was funny because Jun Lee and I were out to lunch the other day and loved talking business just a couple days ago. And the part that you will miss is the look on his face when we're both on our cell phones at Applebee's. Terrible food. But we're both on our cell phones, and Jun Lee, I can't duplicate it, but he looks at me, big smile. I just made $3,000.
Yeah.
And we just laugh. And I go, awesome. You know, and then we went about our day. But that look on his face, that's, you know, it's hard to kind of describe that. But we both knew, we just looked at each other and went, yeah, that's awesome. That's how it works. But getting positioned, really, it was, you know, everybody has their own reason. You know, my reason is not going to be your reason. I just thought it was pretty cool that Matt was concerned enough to call me. Of course, it was midnight my time, like 1 p.m. in the afternoon his time. And we talked, and I think we talked again. He had asked me to speak in San Diego. And, you know, if I can be frank about it, he said, Terry, you're the only one speaking that's not platinum. Can you do this? And I went, all right, let's do it. And of course, you know, it's the smartest thing you do, because the thing that everybody's left out a lot, you know, hopefully I can lean on this. Everything that has been left out that really excites the daylights out of me is when Matt said, and it was said shortly, that if you do your own sales on the phone, and I'm going to talk about that today if I get a chance to talk to you guys before you all leave, is that if you do your own sales, it's a $5,000 and $9,000 commission. I about fell out of my chair. 3 and 5 was pretty cool, right? 5 and 9,000, and then the very first person I sent through MTTB, you know, I generated those kind of commissions. So that's, I mean, you know, that's why you do it. 5 and 9, that's, you know, I hate to focus so much on the money, but that's kind of what I'm here for, and that guy. But I think one of the other questions, if I can interject, like you talked about the Fiji experience.
Right.
I don't go to events. I'm a very kind of private person. I know you wouldn't think that way with, you know, the way I do my YouTube videos, but why did I go to Fiji? To talk to that guy. You know, this is success sitting right in front of you, and getting access to a guy like this, you know, is life-changing. I sat down with this list of questions thinking that the answer is this, and I said, you know, Matt, what do you think I should do? And Matt says, I think you ought to do this. And guess what? You listen to that. You don't get that kind of attention over the internet or on the phone. So not to put all the weight on, you know, talking to Matt, but that's why I did it. So
Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, so you guys know, Fiji, that was our Platinum Mastermind about 2 months ago. We had about 100 Platinum members fly in, so
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
So Mike, you came to the Home Business Summit. What was that, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, around 5 or 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think you were a licensee, but you hadn't yet really engaged the business.
Right.
What happened when you came to that event? What changed?
Well, let me first start out by saying I attended the reception, and there's this guy standing in the back with a beer by himself, and it was Matt, right? And I see him up there, so I walk up to him and I say, "How you doing? My name's Michael. What's your name?" And he kind of looked at me like, "Are you serious?" And he says, "I'm Matt." I said, "Well, what brings you here, Matt?"
Yeah, he did.
And Matt's like looking at me, and then I couldn't do it anymore. I said, "Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you." So I kind of broke the ice with Matt, and I think he's thinking, "Man, this guy's off his rocker here." So, but so anyways, I attended the event. I knew Terry was going to be there. I signed up as a licensee back in February. Just looking at it, it looked good, but I just wasn't. I was doing a bunch of other stuff. Knowing Terry was going to be there, knowing Matt was going to be in Long Beach, I decided to show up and be able to meet both of you guys. So that's why I was there.
Yeah. Now, you got fully positioned the day after.
Correct. In the hotel lobby there. Yeah, it was, and it just made sense. After the summit, and you explained how the process worked, it just made sense to be fully positioned in an opportunity like this. And I don't think a lot of people realize, and I don't know how many people out there own businesses in general. Okay, well, let's think about it. When you invest in a business, just to be frank, the last business I invested in cost me a little over, it was $1.4 million. And I looked at that, and it's a great business, but at the same time, I seen a business that you offered for, what, $26,000, and I don't have to deal with employees. I don't have to, and Matt pretty much does everything for you. You just have to send people to your offer. It made sense to me, and it didn't cost me over $1 million to invest in. So I realized, hey, this is an incredible opportunity that not only for me, but for my kids down the road to be able to leave them something once you build that up. And it's simple. So yeah, it made sense to be fully positioned. And then the topper was, and that I didn't realize until I got a little deeper into it, was the, and I'm going to give an example of a licensee that I signed up in the UK. This guy's just in, what, 2 weeks less than me, 3 weeks?
D2.
Yeah, D2.
Yeah.
He has signed up like, I think 12, I think 3 license rights, 4 license rights, and then some my top tier business. But here's the key. He's only a license rights owner, licensee. So there's 12 people now that he is only going to be able to collect up to the max of $2,000 for their license rights. And everything else is going to be passed up to me. And not that I want that for him, but he's just hasn't been in the position to come all in. So being fully positioned makes so much sense. If you do the numbers, there's probably almost 20 grand waiting for me just by his signups because of the work he's doing. He doesn't want to stop working because 2 grand's a lot of money. But at the same time, if you can get fully positioned now, it just makes so much sense because I'm not going to pass up anything because right after the program I was right there, and then I started to market.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why. Oh, 1 grand. Yeah. So he $2,000 sale, 1 grand commission. Yeah.
Yeah. So we spoke about this yesterday. So we have the 5% residual income on level 2, but what you just spoke about, that's the real residual.
Right.
You know, this guy in D2, so under you, he's now got 12 people in my top tier business. He's got a few of those who've already become licensees. But you now have 12 people in your titanium and platinum organizations that you didn't have to do any work for.
Correct.
When they step up, not all of them will, but when some do, that's going to you.
Correct.
So one final question. So I remember in the hotel lobby, we're sitting there and I show you MTTB and I say, do you want to do this? And you pretty much say yes, and you hand me your credit card and you do the 9,000 for titanium. We're talking 30 minutes later, I say, do you want to do platinum? And you hand me your credit card and you do 15,000 right on the spot. Now, this is a guy who's, you know, he's ran businesses before. You've made millions of dollars before, so you kind of get it, right? You just do things. But was there any hint of concern in your mind, or any little doubt whatsoever when doing that? And then what did you find in the next 30 days?
No, there wasn't any doubt. You pretty much had explained the whole concept. You know, and I'd done my research about Matt Lloyd prior to. And, you know, you're a real guy. You were there. And then I had this guy right here, Terry, you know, kind of back up, you know, some questions that I had. So, no, there wasn't a doubt. And then some of the guys in the industry that I had heard talk about you, from Dagan Smith to Jonathan Budd, you know, I'd seen that, so I'm thinking, okay, these guys endorsed him also, and they're pretty well established in the industry, as well as John Chow at the end. So it just kind of made sense. No, there was no concern. It was just, do I want to do this or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So Andrea, you became a licensee when did you get started?
The licensee came December of
December
2011.
Yeah, you were actually one
I
of the
was
first licensees ever. We produced this program mid-2011. Now, you've got a check over there for $63,000 or something like that. What I'd really love, and I know that the audience would love to know this, you don't have a big list, do you? How just out of interest, how big is your list?
It's still, when I send out, it's about, I think I sent one the other day, it was 823.
Right, 823 people. So how is it possible that you're doing the kind of numbers without such a big list?
There's two parts to it. One is my relationship with my people. They come to me or listen when I say something. They do it.
Yep.
And the other is, and I don't want to, that sounds a little bit pushy. What we do is we move together as a group into workshops and study space around topics and content like yours. And so, you know, there's a lot of trust built into that list.
Right.
And then the other part, the component that came into it was selling top tier. That made all the difference. I mean, my whole economy changed.
Do you find that a large part of that $63,000, what like roughly what kind of percentage would you say came from titanium and platinum, those commissions, a big part?
Not yet. No, we have a lot of work. We have a lot of converting that we have we have a
Right.
lot of converting that's going to come out of that.
Yeah.
That 62 is going to turn into
Right. Do you
way
think that's
more.
going to, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. When you became titanium and platinum, were there any concerns, doubts?
I knew that I was on this road and I just had to go all the way. There was no part way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we had our, I kind of was in the thick of your transitioning into
Right.
all this stuff,
Right.
so it got a little bit like, I don't know which end is up some of the time, but it all came together, and then I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. One thing Andrew said, so your list under 900, you said that, you know, when we make a decision, we kind of do it together. So you lead by example.
I lead by example,
Right.
and then I say, a lot of time my personal irresistible offers at this point still is like a group conversation around
Right.
whatever it is that I mean, we actually use the content.
Right.
I love the money, but it always has to be content that's worth sharing with people. So,
Yeah. Excellent.
yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Elaine, so tell us about you. You became titanium when?
2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was a really costly mistake because at the Home Business Summit, I actually
Right.
signed up a guy, Walter, he's sitting right there. And I wasn't titanium at the time.
Right.
And so now he's going titanium. And the commission is actually going to John Chow again. So,
They all do.
so that's really important. And as for, I guess, being part of the next level group, you're actually having to share and committing to like a much more committed group of people. Like, say for example, okay, of all of us up here, who was at the Home Business Summit, right? And who's here now, right? So, yeah, okay. So that's extremely important because there are people coming in and they'll come to one of our events and they won't show up. And that's happened, you know, since I was a licensee, I've attended every event. And I see this. I see that the Platinum members and the Titanium members are the ones that show up all the time. And each time they come up, their check gets bigger and their commissions gets bigger and they get more cash prizes that you offer. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Okay. So, Eric, you're a licensee now, and you made the decision yesterday, we were speaking last night, that you're now becoming Titanium and Platinum. And I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but it's... Okay. All right. You doing Titanium and Platinum now, it's a stretch, and you are having to make some sacrifices. Just trying to make it. All right.
Yes.
Why are you doing this? Why are you going Titanium and Platinum?
No, that's a great question. And I think, you know, the thing is, for me, it goes back to, well, Vince Reed. You know, Vince Reed, obviously, you guys are very good friends. He's a guy that I definitely follow in the industry, have, you know, kind of got introduced to this about a year and a half ago. I didn't even know this industry even existed. And so he was a guy that I found and became familiar with you, you know, through that relationship. And you know, the thing that he challenged me to do about a year ago, I guess, sometime around there, was to actually go to live events and actually meet people. And I remember him saying that, you know, when you get to events, you actually get to see the people that you are watching on your screen, and it becomes real to you. And so your event in, San Diego Nitrous? The Nitrous was the very first event that I went to. And it was just kind of eye-opening in the sense that, wow, he's just a regular guy, you know, and meeting other people, John Chow, you know, et cetera. That part became real to me. And so for me, I'm a full-time dad. I have 4 kids. They're all little. And I guess as the process went along in getting in the industry and getting, you know, making some money here and there, I think the biggest thing, I didn't even understand, you know, the program, the license rights and different things like that. And I'm affiliated with yours, and I've made some money, you know, doing things that way. But the commitment was, well, the MTTB program is really what made it clear, you know, and walking out the steps and going through the process and getting a better understanding of, you know, what this is about. Now, the comfort level for me was getting to know you personally. You know, San Diego and then Long Beach and other places, and we talk on, you know, Facebook and different things like that. So for me, it's very important to know not only that he's a real person, but I feel like I've gotten to know, you know, you as a person, and the genuineness, not only the work ethic and the business model that you set up is important to me, because it is plug and play, you know, more than anything I've ever seen. But for me, the value, the high value, is the character. And I can get behind saying, I know this guy, and I know what he's about, and I know what he stands for, and he's worth, you know, referring you to. And so that goes a long way for me. And then just the personal commitment to step up was, I think it's just about, there's a part of it that, you know, not wanting to lose out, you know, hearing some of the stories. But more important, it just brings clarity of focus to me. I'm sure we all can relate to being hit up by, you know, John and I were talking about this the other day. We all get hit up by opportunities. I mean, there's tons of things out there. And just even coming out here, I had, you know, people, big name people, reaching out to me about a new thing that's going on. And, you know, following you, it's just like, no, this is it. And making that kind of commitment, you guys know, to step up into those levels, to me, it just brings the focus that this is what I am doing and there's nothing else. You know, I don't have time to mess around with anything less than what this is. And, you know, going back, I was talking with Michael Oliver about a week and a half ago after going through the program. And I brought my wife in on the call, you know, as we're going through the steps. And at that time, you know, there wasn't really a comfort level of making that big a commitment. It's like, wow, you know, we know the numbers and we know the projections, but there's always the what if. I'm sure we can all relate to that. And you know, we have 4 kids and things are good and our life is good. We're not struggling or anything like that. But that's a big commitment. I'm sure we can all relate to that. And so at that time, it was like, well, Michael, you know, maybe we'll wait for a little bit and I'll see you in Chicago. We'll talk about it a little bit more. But I'm sitting there and I asked the question, you know, when Michael was up here talking, you know, what are the 2 biggest challenges that most people come across as you're going through the call with them? And he said the money, of course, and the commitment. And that was the part that hit me. And what resonated with me was this is not a decision that my wife needs to make. This is Eric's decision. And this is my commitment, and I am going to commit to making sure that I need to do what I need to do to make this happen. And it really comes down to what June talks about, is that you send the traffic and the numbers work out. Brian just talked about that. And so for me, the fact that it's a done for you system, I'm sure we can all relate to this. I've done the lead capture pages. I've done the, you know, all the little videos and all that stuff, and it's hard, you know, to do that. And I'm not as good as he is. But if I have a system set up that he has, and I can just send, you know, people to it, send clicks to it and things like that, and then it takes care of itself, that is the part that really makes it a no-brainer.
Right.
So.
Excellent. Excellent. So Patrick, you came all the way from the UK, right? That's dedication. I mean, coming all the way here, right? Now, you became titanium and platinum how long ago?
Last week.
Last week.
Last week, yeah.
Right. Okay. And you were a licensee before that. How long were you a licensee for before?
I was licensee for probably a couple of months.
Okay.
And just to, well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity.
Thanks.
I've been in business for over 30 years. I've tried direct sales. I've been in MLM. And up to 2008, I had a very successful business in property. And when I saw this opportunity, I knew straight away there was something there. But I was quite new to the industry, and I was learning the ropes. So I bought into the program, and I shelved it. I thought I'd come back to this later. But the thing which I certainly identified with as soon as I came online was something that was spoke about this morning, and that was branding yourself. And that's what I was setting about doing while your program was on the shelf. I should have taken it down a bit sooner. But the key for me moving into this position is 2 things. Firstly, if I'm going to introduce someone to this program, I want to be in that position of authority, and it's important that when someone comes in, I set by the example. I've branded myself on those 6 key components for success, which is what my blog is all about. And I must admit, I didn't fully understand the marketing plan until I started to speak to Michael. And it became apparent to me that I didn't want anything to pass me.
Right.
Because it makes sense to position yourself in a position of maximum returns for the least effort. And so I positioned myself, and the next thing I said, well, if I'm going to commit to this program, I want to be at an event where I can meet like-minded people, I can get to know the program, and to meet Matt. So to fly all the way here was not a challenge, it was just a must-do. As you said, you'll find a way. I've got other things going on, but I knew that I had to be here. I can't sleep because I want to get back home. I want to get back home and on the computer to start to put in the marketing plans. That's really going through my head, an example. And I'm glad I've come because now I'll be connecting with every single one here on Facebook. So look out for my, I'll be connecting with everyone here, and we can share ideas and things. And I'm quite willing to assist anyone in this program with any business they have in the UK, because it is a challenge, the time zones. One of the challenge I have is getting onto those calls because they're like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
And I've got them diaried and I've set the alarm clock, but I've not managed one yet. But I will definitely try and get onto those business building calls that you have in the at 2 a.m. in the morning. So sitting here through this weekend, another big revelation has just sort of hit me. This is not just a business. This is a lifestyle. And when I see the event that's coming up, Carbo, and the Platinum that's coming up next, it shows me that this is much bigger, I think, than anyone can imagine. at the first instance when they look at this business. So I'm looking forward to the time ahead, and I'm just super excited to be here. And thanks very much again, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you. So Deborah, when did you become platinum?
I became platinum in April, right before Fiji. In fact, I didn't have a passport.
Right.
And I didn't have time to get a passport, so I missed out on Fiji. But it was in April when I became platinum.
Yep.
I actually became titanium before I became a license rights.
Really?
I did.
That doesn't normally happen.
No.
That was a
Let me tell you my
temporary-
story
yeah.
of what happened. I'm a retired teacher. I know, I knew nothing about making money online or how this worked. I just knew that people were doing it, and I wanted to learn how. So I'm going on. I find the traffic thing that you did for the presentation at Jonathan Budd's, and I'm watching that, and I'm like, okay, this is something that this guy doesn't talk like all the rest of them. There's not all the hype there. There's not all the, oh, you're just going to be able just to knock this out, and this is hard work, and just the sincerity and the honesty that was there when Matt talked versus everything else I had been watching online with what people were saying. So that really struck with me that, this guy is so different. I want to find out more about what he does. So I go on the website and I bought, I think Inner Circle I bought. Then I'm listening to a webinar and he's talking about titanium. And I'm like, and I think this was the end of December, in the middle of December, end of December. And I'm like, okay. And he says, if you're interested, message me on Facebook. So I messaged him on Facebook after it was over. I'm interested in being titanium. And he said, well, here's the application. I guess everybody on the webinar probably was a licensed. I knew nothing. I knew nothing. What I did know was that how important it is if you are a mindset. And I think that's what took me to not even knowing what I was doing or what I was getting into, but knowing that if this was something I needed to do to move my business to the next level, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm not in the business just a little bit. I started a business to start a business to make money online, and that's what I want to do. And whatever I'm told I have to do, that's what I'm going to do because I don't know anything. I'm learning the process as I go through. So you have a trust factor that you find. And so that's kind of my story, and I'm sticking to it no matter what anybody says.
Okay. Now, one thing, did you all hear how she got into titanium and platinum? You attended the Thursday call, which we call the Fast Lane to Big Profit. So all of you guys are all in the license rights program, and a lot of you now are titanium platinum. If you want to get those higher ticket commissions, one thing you should do, it's really important, reach out to your licensees and just say, hey, Matt's doing a call this Thursday called the Fast Lane to Big Profits. Make sure you're on this call. He's going to show you how to take things to the next level. And I effectively do the same presentation I did at the end of yesterday. Okay, so if you were sitting here and you were hearing that and thinking, hey, I really want to be in platinum, well, you can see, right? If you put people on that call, they're going to feel the same way, okay? And they're going to get positioned. That's exactly what happened with Deborah. So really make use of that call. That's in your calendar. So go into MOBE office, look under your calendar, Thursday, get the link, send it to your licensees. Thanks, Deborah. So John, you become a licensee. You won the I Am Revolution contest in your first 2 or 3 days and got the 10 grand. Came in last minute. You got fully positioned shortly after that, titanium platinum. What was like the big thing for you? Why'd you get fully positioned?
Well, we basically, same thing with Terry. We had a little talk and discussion about it. And like I said, my main thing with this business is, like I said, I do get a lot of opportunities just emailed to me every single day.
Right.
So I'm cynical about a lot of them. But I just look at the business and it just makes total sense. I compare it to, what I do and some of the other stuff I do. And I said, from a potential growth point of view, this is probably the best one there is out there. I mean, the fact that license, platinum, titanium, all in $26,000. You know, that won't even launch. That won't even launch one of my products. And when it costs, how much it costs to make a sales page and then do to hire the video production team to create that entire product. I mean, and for that, I get access to your complete line and your phone team, and all I can do is just drive traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. Now, you yourself, do you pick up the phone and call your leads, or do you leave us to do that?
No, I don't pick up the phone.
Yeah.
My business card says you don't call me, I call you.
Right, right. Yeah, so you're a traffic guy, you just send the leads and then let us do the calls. And you're promoting, what's the main offer that you're promoting right now in MOBE?
Right now I promote my top tier.
Yeah.
Well, once the next the next home business summit comes around, I'll be hitting that really hard.
Yeah. How's it going so far, my top tier business? You're getting a lot of
step-ups?
I saw
the screenshot yesterday, $18 earnings per click in the last 7 days.
Yeah. You know, just for those of you who don't know, earnings per click, typically $3 is considered good. So if you let's say you send out an email to your list and you say, hey, go and check out my top tier business, and you get 100 clicks. If you get $300 in sales, that's $3 earnings per click, right? Sales divided by clicks. If you're getting $18, that's insane.
It's $1,800 per every 100 clicks.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all because of the higher ticket. I mean, you get one titanium, one platinum sale, it changes everything. The economics completely change. One final question. So you flew all the way to Fiji for our platinum mastermind. You brought your wife and your daughter as well, so you brought your family along. How'd you find it?
It was awesome. You know, my Sally, she can't wait to go back there again.
Right.
Yeah. Because you know, when we first got there, I asked her, "You like Fiji more, or you like Hawaii?" And the first day she said Hawaii. By the third day into it, she's going Fiji.
Yeah.
and after going back, she kept saying, "I want to go back to Fiji time."
That's excellent. All right, well, guys, I want you to give them all a round of applause.